Hi, I am Andrew Ceco, and we are here at Sideshow Con 2020 with sculptor and associate art director Daniel Bell. Daniel, hi.
Hi, Andrew. How's it going, my friend?
I'm doing really good. I'm excited to talk with you. I have loved your sculptures since the moment I set my eyes on them. Do you
Thank you.
have a favorite that you've worked on so far?
Oh, yeah. I think Thor, Breaker of Brimstone, could say it is it was the most fun to work and the most challenging at the same time. Um, that piece, basically, we tried to create something dynamic with the help of just a few elements. And if you take a close look to the piece, in general terms, you will see only just there is a guy with a hammer and half part of a creature heads and some lava flows. So I had to take all those elements and play with them, trying to execute a good composition, a proper balance, a believable pose expression. It wasn't easy to orchestrate all of that, but I think it turned out really, really cool, and I definitely enjoyed a lot working that piece. So definitely, it is my choice.
It's absolutely gorgeous, for sure. And a lot of your work, you really are able to show movement, and your composition really plays with movement and gravity a lot. So, how do you approach that? How do you approach the story of a sculpture?
Well, basically, you first need to know, about the character, how he behaves. All the characters we're doing, it has they have a background story, so you need to know how he usually behaves in combat or in just a regular stance or whatever, or his regular mood. So you have to take all this into account because what the collector wants it is to see what they read and see in the comics represented in the real world. So trying to put all of that is the essence of these characters, and try to execute exactly in the same way they think and they dream to have those characters in a statue. It is something that it takes time, but it's easy. It was really fun to do it because it take you have to take references from everywhere. You have to study a lot of the character, read some comics, and be more involved to the story of this type of characters, and then try to execute it as best as you can. So it is very nice to do it. It is something that I enjoyed a lot doing it.
It sounds like a good time reading a bunch of comics to study that. Do you have a favorite comic book hero? Or just comic books in general?
Yeah, I love Batman. That's my first choice in terms of comic superheroes, and because Batman is one of the not the only one, but it's one of the most well known characters, and he doesn't have any real power. No, besides he's rich. Of course, that's maybe he's made out, and he can build all these great gadgets, all of that stuff. But what I love, what I really love about him, it is that he is well prepared. All his preparation and all his skills, uh, he did it with a lot of hard work through all his years of training and whatever. So to be ready to fight with the crime, he needs to be in shape, be smart, and use all around him all the things he created in order to beat them, even if these villains are more powerful than him. So I think that's a great character, and that's only his story side, because is a artistic side. It is so cool. He has a cape. He's black. I mean, he all these things. His belt and all the parts he has. It is so fun to play with it, and you have many possibilities to create something really cool and unique. Yeah, definitely is Batman my best
That's
superhero.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Batman comic off the top of your head, or just Batman in general is great?
Batman in general. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I forgot the name of the one who's Batman Hush. Yeah, I really love Batman Hush.
Yeah.
that one is awesome. That comic is awesome.
Batman Hush is fantastic. So you
Yeah.
talked about how you liked him in part because of the preparation that went into it, the hard work that went into it. Can we hear a little bit about the hard work that went into becoming an artist for you?
Oh yeah, it can. You need a lot of preparation to to do the things we do. But first, you need to love. You need to feel passionate for the things you're doing. It. In my case, one thing that I would like to highlight of this profession, it is that it is super easy to ended up copying yourself, because after one piece you have done, you have to start another one and another one and so on. So to avoid doing that, I do usually three things. The first one, it is what other artists you see what the other artists are doing every time. That keeps your mind fresh with new ideas. The second one, I think it is practice as much as I can. That is something that I did from my early beginnings. Practice every day, trying to study, try to learn anatomy, try to learn proportions, try to figure out how you can put all those things in the real world. And not just, I'm not talking just about professional work. I am talking about personal anatomy studies or live sculptings or whatever, stuff like that it will help you to improve what you do. The third one is trying to start every single project from scratch, trying to avoid using things that I've done in the previous pieces, because thanks to the digital tools, you usually use a lot of those things you have done in the past, and it's easy to use it again and again. And the good thing of that, it will speed up your process, but the bad thing, it is you will probably do the same thing that people will recognize over and over again. So I think it's important to avoid that, to keep your art fresh and your style fresh. So these three things really help me to keep learning and evolving every time.
That is fantastic. Thank you. Okay, I've got a question. It's a little bit more random, a little bit less about the art and more about the artist. What do you like to listen to when you're creating?
Okay, it's kind of boring, because what I usually do is try to listen more audios and videos about reviews of movies, of video games, whatever, but in English, so I can keep learning English, trying to sharp my ear to understand the language, because I'm from Argentina, so my native language, it is Spanish. And in order to be more comfortable with speaking in English, I just try to listen as much as I can. So that's what I usually listen to.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Daniel Bell, for joining us today. I hope you're enjoying Sideshow Con all around us.
Oh,
Thank you out there for watching from home. We hope you're enjoying Sideshow Con 2020. If you want more Sideshow Con 2020, just stay tuned. And as always, don't forget to let your geek side show.